brings. All right, shit, hope there's not another 40 years of this. God help me. I guess all things come to an end after 40 years or 50 years. God help us all. All right, so the reptilian energies, I feel like it's a good, it's a good subject matter. Seems like got some energy, there's a lot of healing there. It's necessary. Let's put it that way. Especially some of the spiritual groups that are just more like narcissistic groups. I don't like that, but some of them are. Not everybody's like that, but there's some pieces there that are just. I mean, like I grew up. I mean, my spiritual mentor was a Native American. He was a freaking narcissist. Holy shit! He could put many to shame. Like a prima donna. Put him on a billboard. You know. Yeah. Blow dryer. And on a billboard, blow drying his hair. That is a spiritual leader right there. All right, so yeah, reptilian energies, mind control, basically just going into what needs to be brought to the surface there. Of course, there's also human delusion going on forever. Basically, it's connected to religions and end of the world and the event and whatever is going on and yada yada yada. Picked up on like what's coming up. Obviously, an election thing. That's whatever that is. Every energy change constantly. I am getting more November now. Does it mean like? Well, the debate is later out in the evening. This is morning, but who knows? It's felt like it doesn't mean it's political, but it could be. It's not clear whatever it is. It could be either way, because whatever it is, it's seated in the mid-September, so it's already implemented, but I felt mid-September, but it doesn't mean it's going to make itself clear. I am getting November right now. I wonder why. But it doesn't mean it's all political, though. But obviously the election's in November, so I'm just getting a lot of November vibes. So it just, who knows? Elvis might come back to life. I don't know. Who knows? It's, I'm getting a strong energy of November. So it could be the election situation, all going to hell. I mean, who knows? Maybe they'll revoke the damn thing. Who knows? It's really, it's up in the air. It's and it's boring as hell. It's like, I'm not paying that much attention to it, but it seems like it's there, but it's like, who cares? You could, you could put a giant grasshopper in there. Maybe it'll matter. Maybe that'd be it'd make it more interesting though. A prima donna grasshopper playing tennis. I don't know where that's coming from. Anyway, so yeah, go back to subject at hand. Just go to the reptilian frequencies and tap into that. Draconian or whatever it needs to be. I can do the Anunnaki energy is one thing about that. Is that there's so many spiritual nut jobs that are at least that have a large following, like mentally, gone. It's just gone. Dressed up like a Babylonian prince, over the hill Babylonian princess, just no brain at all there. So, not really. If you know what I was talking about, it's like, oh yes, no doubt. I'm not gonna go into that, but it's kind of like polluting, and it's like, I don't know. I guess you can say that's typical Anunnaki. Just acting like a prima donna and just kind of ruining it for everybody. So whatever. Just bring their crap here, basically, like a lot of other beings do. They bring their problems here and just lay them on us. It's like, we got to sort your stuff out too, don't we? It's like, geez, we're never going to get out of this, are we? You never know. Anything's possible. All right, sabotage.com. We have private sessions, maybe. It works. Schedule. We have the shop here. All right, thank you for your support. Buried on YouTube. Always somewhere. At least it's easy access. Rumble, the thumbnails aren't working. Rumble's kind of gross. The ads are kind of disgusting. It's like getting spam in a Facebook group, which I haven't checked that recently. I privatized all the Facebook groups because of the spam. So hopefully, I haven't checked it recently. Hopefully, no one posting. I think I have to approve postings because of the spam. So I'm making it a little bit harder for them. It's fucking gross. Society, humanity. Just come here just to, you got nothing else to do. Just to be like an energy rod here. Anyway, all right, we're going to reptilian energies, reptilian war, mindset, just basically connected reptilian consciousness. What is needs to be healed here? Sorry, blessings. Greetings with the Reptilian Council. You can say there are reptilians that do need to heal their narcissism, but that has to do with traumas from galactic wars. And some do feel like they've been left behind, like they just don't have anybody, and so they have to, they create this like prudeness, this arrogance to, heal their insecurities. Now what we're talking about is more of the galactic side of it, but some of you might feel that from some reptilian individuals here. Babylonian energy, well, just reptilian, just like, reptilians are not much different than humans, as some of you might notice. It's just like you feel like you've been created and then left behind. It's like you've just been, like, whoever is your founder just didn't care. And now other beings are coming out, poking you, prodding you, mind control, doing all kinds of stuff with you, and you can't win. You're just like, some of you are keeping your mind straight the best of your ability, while others are just going by the agendas and the wars and everything. So, and just watching your society fall apart. It's very similar to the human here. And you can say, there's different ways of looking at the reptilians. There's some that yes, were developed peacefully, but you're not going to hear a whole lot of that. But they're made similar to your just like you have here on this planet. There are reptilian beings that are just or animals or whatever, reptiles, whatever you call them, are just living peaceful. They're just they're not like the eating bugs basically. Just chilling out like the iguana, just mellowing out, eating bugs, and just taking it easy. Then you have, of course, your crocodile. Of course, you also have your dinosaur. Crocodile is basically a smaller version of an ancestor of the dinosaur. And meat eater, and just indulging into just crushing into something else. And it's kind of like the reptilians are built for that type of meal, you could say. And humans are to some level too. So why humans eat meat? Why is like you're going, you say, that doesn't mean it's a wrong thing, but you're just think about healing trauma through the physical realms. Like you're dealing with so much, you've been used so much. You need something to, ground yourself. And that's where the food comes from. That's where meat eating comes from. Just, you're going through all this stress. You need something. It's kind of like, it's like an evolution. Of course, some have been weaponized to do that, to devour other races, but in your case, it's really just help you with stress, help you through all this. Think about it. I mean, you get hungry. I mean, if you're at a higher frequency, you shouldn't even have to eat at all if you just connected to energy. But you're going through all this stress, as many of you know, you need something. On a physical level, energy is just not enough because you're hit by everything. And is this world a test? Well, it's the soul, through all its evolutions throughout the universe, because they kind of found this world and cracked it open. It's like we need to learn more about ourselves. Yeah, you need to go through more stress. Of course, you've already done it galactically, as some of you have memories of it. And coming to this world, it's kind of like this world is kind of like an endpoint. It's like really kind of hit the edge of the universe to some level of madness. Obviously, there's many other places that are, this is not the only place of crazy, but it is one of kind of the center. Well, because you get stuck here, you can't leave. You can't see like psychotic situations and get on your ship and leave. You're kind of stuck, as you can see. Even maybe the alien beings that connect here get stuck here. Like they get through, they get hijacked somehow and be pulled into an incarnation and so on. It goes on and on. And this is another reason why you feel this, something's not right, it's like you're in this like world of souls, like lost souls, like you feel them. Some of you might feel like this are like ghostly, kind of just flying through the planet constantly at a lost frequency. A lot of this lower dimensions, there's souls have been weaponized throughout history as a super soldier, but it goes much more. I mean, you have a galactic being, an energy being manipulated and just causing cataclysms throughout the universe. Like a shooting star or a solar flare taking out a planet. Let's put it that way. Or a single entity, energy being that gets manipulated, just hits a planet, just doesn't cause a lot of damage. Let's put it that way. So reptilian energies here are, I would call it survival, but technically, as you see, with society, it is kind of a survival frequency. Surviving itself, surviving its darkness. I mean, there's another way of looking at it. There are Orion beings that have been experimenting with the lower frequencies, opening up the lower dimensions, and not really realizing what they're getting themselves into. Similar to like the Alien movie, your reboot, where the engineer creates this creature, and the creature ends up devouring them. That's pretty much how the lower dimensions work here too. It's like they open up a dark realm on the Earth, and they just couldn't handle it. It just kept experimenting, and it just got out of hand. But it was kept, madness, like the haunted planet, basically. Instead of just clearing it out, wiping it out, it was allowed to live free, as it is now. Well, it's still imprisoned here, but if you feel imprisonment, you feel, like you're in jail. Yes and no. You're feeling the entities that are here that are in jail. Yeah, the lower dimensional beings are trapped here. A lot of them originated through galactic wars, as the universe itself is finding its darkness too. So you're wondering why the universe is allowing this. Well, it's, as you experience the darkness, you're kind of healing it at the same time. Doesn't mean you have to go through everything. But you wonder why all this violence happens here. It is really just, obviously some social platforms that have difficulties accepting that, but the soul goes through violent situations to, heal it. I mean, not everybody has to go through, but certain ones need to also have a wake-up call so they can get into a better mindset, wherever it is, or clear out their victimhoodness, or go into it, whatever it might be. If you go into victimhood, you have to go through that process eventually to find your way out, in theory. The lower dimensional energies are, the lower astral is accepted like any other reality. It's like it's not looked at as a war entity. It is seen as equal to light. Light and dark are seen as equal. As like they both have faults. Of course, the lower dimensions acts like it has no faults. Of course, the higher dimensions a lot of times sees that too. So there is some similarities, like a twin. You know, you have twins, like one's rowdy and one's quiet. Think of it that way. You know, you have one good child and the other one is evil. So same thing. It's a twin frequency that, and yes, twin flame energies, as some are tapping into that. Yeah, you can attract your opposite. Instead of it, you think you're attracting the love of your life, you're actually attracting somebody to attack you, basically. you know, your enemy. And some of you have learned the hard way on that one. And others, yeah, some now there's different, you know, in some cases, you're just living there innocently. And since you're not even looking for it, doesn't even mean you're necessarily attracting it, but you're sent, you know, demonic energies through relationships just to take it down. It's like a torpedo at you. And you're sitting there naive, not thinking, it's like, that would never happen. It's like, why would anybody come after you? And then all of a sudden you just run into one bad situation after the other. It's like, is this just being, am I attracting this, or is this being orchestrated? In a lot of ways, it is actually being orchestrated. Now, some do have a lot of issues and attract someone that's either has more issues or someone that's handling it well, but that's never good enough. And there's many times, be surprised how many are just a target to be taken down. And then you attract someone attractive just to sabotage your frequency, as some of you have seen that. So don't feel like if you run into his, you know, bad relationships, feel like you're attracting, because that's not always the case. There are some just can't get their act together. As you can see, like there's good potential there, but they're just refusing to, you know, like if you're being toxic and psychotic, they probably want more to, you know, if you're not into that type of thing, that's the end of that, right? So yeah, it's a walrus earth, as you can see. Well, that's the whole idea, is for those that need to come out of all of this trauma will find their way. Others are not, they're not quite ready to make peace with it. So